Okay, so we've unwrapped the iTech Q series router, and these are all the parts that comes with it. These are T-bolts. They'll go in the slots like that, and then these here are the clamp downs, and they just work with basically a nut like that in there. You need a packing piece on the back to prevent damage to the table. Water pump, because it's got a water-cooled head on it, and then we've wired it up. So the wiring goes to the isolator here, so L1 and L2, and earth just to the ground, and then we're ready to go. So we've got the top off. We'll put the controller back underneath in a minute. The manual, I've downloaded this manual. You can get this manual from Scott Sargent website, but it's quite a comprehensive manual, at least 50 pages long, but that gives some idea also as to how to assemble it, and also the maintenance type of work. So the next video we're going to start looking at how it all works. Right, we're setting up the iTech Q series CNC router. We've taken it out of its packaging, installed it on a table, with wheels on it so it's easy to move around in the workshop. This is the back end of it we're looking at here, but we're just showing you this so we can see all around the machine. First of all, let's have a look at the machine. The spindle is an extremely high quality motor, electro spindle. It's water cooled. It's important that water is running through this when it's running to keep the bearings cool. The actual main axes are these high quality hardened HSK slideways, exactly the same as you get on a top of the range CNC machine, but you're getting that here all in this little package. Same thing with the ball screw here. Ball screws on all the axes drive the machine. So this is the horizontal, here's the Z axis, and the main Y axis is through there. There's couplers here, and each axis is driven by a stepper motor. The Y axis has the lead off on the end of the table here, which is quite handy for using longer work pieces or just for putting things on and so on. So all the connections are at the back end of the machine. We've got the main controller down there. That's wired through an isolator here, and the power cable, which is here, actually goes through the far end of the control box, and it wires directly to this isolator. So the isolator will then just shut everything off. The water pump is a submersible pump like that, and that just runs off its own single phase supply. So first thing is to get that running before we power the machine up. And what I've done here is to just cable tie the in and the out pipe. It doesn't matter which way round you have them. Cable tie them together with the out one slightly shorter, so we can see that it's running at all times. So we've got the machine connected. It's on its table. The handheld controller is here. So the USB port is on the top here, and we'll be seeing all these functions presently, but we have here the X0 or home, well, up and down, sorry, forward and backward. Same thing with the Y, Z, up and down here, and that button there zeros the X and Y axis wherever your position is. Same thing there. So that's your home position. And then this button here, the run pause, is what's going to allow us to run the program. Stop obviously will cancel at any point. So in order to power up, we're just going to run through quickly. We can go through this in more detail later on. Sorry, switch the isolator on first, and then we're powered up there. Power up, and here for the main functions. Then we'll see on here it's initializing the system, and we're ready to go on there. If I put that there, we can see it a bit more clearly. So what we're going to do is just to show it running to start with, and then we'll write a program and run it. At any point, if you want to switch the main spindle on, we press that. It'll start the main spindle up. Start the machine is to go back to the origin, which is there. So we press the green button and the machine will move to its origin. Now we can see that we're at 0 for the X and the Y, but plus 40 for the Z position. We can change all that. So if we want to 0 onto the corner of the bed, say, normally we'll see this in the software, but this position here is the 0 position, so all measurements are taken from here. We can change that though in the Vectric software which comes with the machine, so we could work from any other corner of the machine, but normally we work from a corner of the machine. So if we wanted to move that, let's say we want to bring the Z axis down, so that's on the corner there, as you can see. So if we want to 0 the machine at that point, we press X and Y to 0, which they already are, and then the Z 0, and we'll see that change to 0. So that now is the 0 position for the machine. If we go to the origin again, the machine's up, so it's showing plus 40 there. We are 40 millimeters above the bed there.